pronates. A common thing that we see in the clinic very often is plantar fasciitis. Basically, plantar fasciitis is an inflammation in the bottom of the foot. Usually people will come in saying they're having heel pain. A lot of times they'll say it's worse when they first wake up in the morning. And basically what happens is your foot, you've got that arch, hopefully, in your foot. And you've got a plantar fascia, muscular sheath that goes from your heel to your toes. When you step down all day, day after day after day, that fascia is getting stretched, getting stretched, getting stretched. If you're a person that overly pronates, that their foot becomes overly flexible, it's going to stretch that fascia. And as that's getting stretched over and over and over again, it's going to start to pull on the heel. And as that happens, you start to get inflammation at that insertion of the plantar fascia. So the orthotic, with an arch support, that has a good arch in it, can help to shorten the distance from the heel to the toes, putting that muscle on slack, taking some of the pressure off it. In a person with a high arch foot, you might get plantar fasciitis because that muscle is so tight. In a flat foot person, it's going to be overly stretched. In a high arch person, it's going to be overly tight, and you get a lot of that pulling. Okay, so in a case like that, again, if you had an orthotic that was flat and hard and making all the correction on the wedge, you're not going to have any support to that arch. Okay, you want something that conforms to your foot and can control that amount of pressure on that pulling. Another thing that can happen with flat feet is knee problems. A lot of people complain of knee problems. You had mentioned something earlier about the excessive turning. Okay, if you think about it, if my foot hits the ground, and you can all try this when you get home, if you flatten your foot, if you take your arch and purposely flatten your foot, you'll see the knee rolling in and out. So someone that excessively pronates, step after step after step, all day long, is going to have excessive motion at the knee joint. That can cause arthritic changes. The patella or kneecap can start to track improperly, which will cause patellofemoral problems and can cause a lot of breakdown and wear and tear on the knee joint. Another thing that we commonly see with people that overly pronate is bunions. Okay? A lot of people think bunions are from the shoes that they wear, or they got it from their mother or their father. Well, it's not the actual bunion you probably got from your mother or father. It's probably the foot mechanics that you got from your mother or father that led to the bunions. So you want to make sure that if you're a person with a flat foot and you're starting to develop a bunion, orthotic can help, because what happens is the muscles, when you pronate and push in, that big toe is going to be pushed up and in. Okay? So an orthotic, by getting your foot in a more neutral position, can help to sometimes actually can decrease the amount of the bunion, or at least can prevent a bunion. So if your mother or father has bunions, or you have flat feet, there's probably a good chance that you're going to have bunions as well. So an orthotic would be a good thing to prevent that. The other thing that people commonly complain of is shin splints with orthotics. Pain in the shin area. Get it a lot with people that do a lot of walking, a lot of exercise. Again, if you've got a flat foot, the muscles that run down your shin, your anterior tibialis and posterior tibialis muscles, they help to support your arch. So if you've got an arch that's constantly overly flexible and getting overly flexed, you're going to start to put wear and tear on those muscles, and they're going to start to get aggravated and get inflamed. So a lot of these things that occur with this overpronation that orthotics can help to eliminate is just because it's repetitive. It's done day after day after day. We're just constantly on our feet, constantly walking, and over time, things start to break down, things start to get irritated. The other thing, in addition to orthotics, that you can do is stretching. A lot of this stuff comes from tight gastroc and tight soleus muscles, muscles in the calf. If those muscles are overly tight, they can also lead to a lot of the symptoms that I just talked about. So I'm going to go ahead and have Carmine come up and demonstrate some of the different stretches you can do to help out with that.
Hello, I am Carmine Scandora. I work for Davis Therapy Centers along with Bob and Meredith, and I'm here to talk to you about some stretches, a few simple stretches that you can do for your lower extremity, okay, for your legs, that help with your walking, improving your gait, also to increase your flexibility and decrease your chance for injury. Okay, so you all have handouts there. We're going to do what's called static stretching. These stretches are held for 30 seconds, and they're done 3 times on each of the body parts. Okay? So what we're going to do is twice a day. We can do it any time of the day. You can do it morning, night, afternoon, wherever, any time of the day you want to do it, just make sure you space them out. Also, it's important to make sure that your muscles are warm. When you first wake up, they're cold. They haven't been doing anything during the day. So you want to heat them up a little bit, get the blood circulating. Once that flow has commenced, then you're ready to start your stretches. And you can do a simple brisk walk, can build up enough blood flow to start your stretches. All right, so what I'm going to do is show you guys a calf stretch. Okay, there's a couple of calf stretches I have listed. These you're going to definitely want to do properly, okay? You're only doing yourself harm if they're done improperly. Each of these stretches are pictured for you, and they're also written in text. So for the calf stretch, you're going to put one foot in front of the other, okay? The bigger the stride, the bigger of a stretch you're going to feel. So you want to start out with a small stride. You're going to put your back leg straight, your front knee you're going to bend, and I recommend you holding on to something sturdy, okay, whether it be the wall or table, chair, whatever's sturdy in your household. And you're going to have both feet pointing forward. Like I said, your back leg is straight, your front knee is bent. All right, you want a tall posture. You're going to feel a pull in your back calf, okay? That's the one we'll be stretching. We're going to hold for 30 seconds, like I said, and we're going to go 3 times on the left, 3 times on the right. The other important thing is to make sure your heels stay on the ground. You want to keep them flat. It doesn't help if your back foot is off the ground, okay? So bring your feet close enough to where you're able to keep both of your heels on the floor. Okay, so we'll do 30 seconds there. Then you're going to switch. All right, I like to alternate, so I would do 1 on each side, 3 cycles of that. All right, so that's for your calf. The other calf exercise is keeping the same position. You can bring your feet up a little bit closer to each other, and now you're going to bend your back leg as well, okay, as your front leg. So what this is doing, you're still feeling the calf, but it's moved down a little bit, the stretch, okay? More of like the Achilles tendon. And you're going to feel that pull, once again, 30-second holds. You're going to do that on each side 3 times. So this is very good for your lower limb, your calf muscles. Let me demonstrate to you the quadricep stretch. That's the front of the thigh muscle. Very big muscle, very important that you're stretching it out. Like I said, these stretches are to be done daily, all right, to increase that flexibility. So what you're going to do, again, hold on to a sturdy surface. All right, you're going to line up your knees together, stand up tall. You're going to bend both knees slightly. We call them soft knees. And you're going to bring the leg you want to stretch, you're going to bring your ankle or your foot towards your backside, okay? Lining up the knees together, so you don't want to have them out here, out there. Okay, nice and tall posture. You're going to hold that for, again, 30 seconds. We're going to do that 3 times on each side. If you are not flexible enough to grab the ankle, what you can do is you can grab your pant leg, okay, your sneaker, anything you can grab, but keeping that tall posture, okay? So we would do that, once again, 3 times on each side. Now for the back of the leg, your hamstring muscle, there's numerous ways to do all of these stretches. The one I want to show you is one of the safest ways to do it. Now you can do it standing. I don't recommend it. It's a little challenging. So what we're going to do is take a seat like you're all doing, and we're going to scoot up in the chair. Sitting up tall posture, you're going to kick one leg out, keeping your toe pointed up towards the ceiling. All right, tall posture, you're going to lean forward from the hips, okay? Gently reaching for that toe. You're going to feel a pull behind your knee and in that hamstring muscle, okay, right behind the thigh. So you're going to hold there, again, for 30 seconds, 3 times on each side.
This program was brought to you by the Boca Raton Community Hospital Foundation. Imagine what we can do together.